just come up. Most Australians don't seem to realise that WikiLeaks and Julian Assange did not publish the information he's facing 175 years in jail for first. Cryptome's John Young published before WikiLeaks. Julian worked in what was called the bunker, side by side, hand in hand with the New York Times, Der Spiegel and The Guardian. The New York Times published before WikiLeaks. Yet it's only Julian Assange who's locked up in a London jail. Unlike the other publishers he worked with, Julian took the time and effort to protect the innocent, and he redacted names which were later disclosed in a book by The Guardian's David Lee. The US citizens who published the information have the protection of the US Constitution, and they have not been prosecuted. Julian, however, is an Australian citizen and has no protection under the US Constitution. We need to understand that as Australians, we're considered inferior, less than, menial compared to the US citizens. Our government needs to stop the namby-pamby rhetoric of quiet diplomacy and not calling out the powerful overlords who consider the life and human rights of our countrymen as inconsequential and expendable. Albanese has said he raised the matter of Julian's freedom with the US, yet Julian languishes in prison for the crime of telling the truth and uncovering the crimes and corruption of the powerful. It goes to show that what the US thinks of this land, its people and our rights. Julian acted lawfully under the UN's Declaration of Human Rights, Article 19. Under a Freedom of Information request, MP Monique Ryan asked what the action of the Albanese government was, what action have they taken to ensure the freedom of Julian Assange. It seems that there's been no correspondence between the Australian government and the US for at least 6 months. This is unacceptable. The Australian government's job is not to protect the interests and feelings and money of the foreign leaders and agencies. It's to put the Australian government's job is to put Australians first and look after their interests.